Well, we made it to chapter 15. If you're just watching this as your first video because you used some search function and looked up how to get ICBC collector plates, there's 14 other videos on TK and the work that we did, my brother and I, from the get-go, from when it went from this to this. We still haven't put the paperwork in for it yet. I do have some issues still that I have to work out. Kids are coming up next week, bringing a radio to put into the dash. It's a very simple radio because the wiring was just a complete mess under there. It has the speaker actually in the front of the radio. And they're also bringing up a repair kit for the passenger seat. So I got to get that passenger seat pulled out, and then we'll get our photos and get it off to ICBC. I'm going to try sending it with the TK logo on the sides of the hood and see if it slips through. If they come back and they say, well, no, because this is why, then I'll address those issues then. We have 14 videos, roughly 7 hours of the chaos that brought us to where we are today. So we started by acknowledging the fact that I had too much time on my hands. There's only so much I could do with the old Wrangler. So I sold it, got just over 13 for it. Probably could have got a little bit more if I sold it on the mainland, but hey, you know, it's going to cost $1,000. It's going to cost $1,500 to get it back down to Vancouver to sell it. So I sold it up here, got $13,500. And our costs so far, I committed to my wife that I would do this thing for under $5,000. Right now, I think we're at about $3,200, and we should be in a spot now where with another $250 spent in chapter 15, so we'll definitely be under $4,000 when we get the application on. One of the important things that I think that I've learned is you don't know what you don't know. Certainly wouldn't have been able to do it without the brother, so thank you, Kurt. But for 55 years, I was really scared to do anything with cars. Now I realize that if you break it, you can just fix it. So nothing's unbreakable. You can screw something up and then just go back and fix it again. This is a very forgiving vehicle from that standpoint, for sure. It's very simple on the inside and in the engine. There's a lot I still don't understand, but what I do now feel comfortable is if there's something that stops working, I now feel comfortable just rolling up my sleeves and fixing it, which I didn't for 55 years. So join me for chapter 15 now. We've got a few little fixes, and then by the end, we'll have our application off for our collector status. See how that goes. You will be at the finish line with me, hopefully, Wrangler and collector status up here on Haida Gwaii. All right, let's see what we got here. Out of gear, choke. Fire it up. Yes! She's a little jumpy. That's okay. It's rolling. She's loving third gear. Problem is when I come up to a stop, I still can't get it to idle when you come to a stop, and because it doesn't have synchromesh transmission, it's not like I can slow down. I gotta, there, it's stalled. All right, and I got someone behind me. Fortunately, I have someone patient behind me. There we go. Just gonna try and roll through this next one. Hope this cop doesn't have a problem with it. It's got some torque. Probably turn some lights on. Looked at a few different ways to try and fix that vinyl. Does not appear to be going to my direction because the tears are on both ends of this. This little piece here, there's just no future for it. So it looks like the most cost-effective way, and hopefully the way that'll fool ICBC, and hopefully ICBC is not watching. I don't think they are, because no one really is to get a 18 by 80 inch adhesive, self-adhesive patch kit. So I'm going to order one of those. I'm paying $20.99. Thanks to Canada Post, it ain't getting shipped up here, so I'm going to have my kid bring it up with him at Christmas. So we're going to wind up with, about 30 days from now, we're going to wind up with this thing fixed. Hopefully, I'll be able to get all my photos together in the meantime for the rest of the vehicle, get this stuff off to ICBC, see whether or not they agree with me that this is a highly collectible vehicle. Okay, well, the boy made it up, and he brought some of the stuff that I need to get us closer. Leather and vinyl repair kit. Let's see what this says. Provides an affordable way to permanently repair leather just like the pros. Just like the pros. Our kit contains a repair compound that creates a permanent bond that can repair scratches, tears, burns, rips, cuts, and holes in your leather items and brighten them back to life. Repair kit also allows you to make small areas of color repairs to your leather and give it a new look. Okay, there's that. Then there's this guy, which is going to go over these long tears, hopefully. So I'm going to get on that. The seat needs to be cleaned again because it sat for a little while. And then I guess you measure out the area that I want, draw the area that I want on the back of this, cut it out, and then simply put it in place. Do not hurt your fingers when using the knife. That's good advice. All right, let's get on it. Oh, Lord. The novel. Dear customers, thank you very much for purchasing our beautiful leather repair tape. If you have any issues, feel free to contact us. All right. All right, probably only get one shot at this. So I'm going to start down at the front, try and make sure I line my corner up, roll it straight over, press it in place. Hopefully this gets me through the photo session that I have to have with ICBC, and then I can put the other seat cover over top of it afterwards. I'm gonna have to clearly have to get some adhesive to pull the outside edges. I'm gonna go with Gloozit. Gloozit. Gloozit Home and Craft. Run it down each of the sides, press it in place, a little masking tape. Leave it for a few hours and see what it looks like after. Okay, so now that the passenger seat has been fixed, at least for photo purposes, I realized that I've got a larger tear in the driver's seat than I thought. So there's the tear in the driver's seat. I'm going to try and fix that. I'm going to try and fix that using this vinyl repair kit. First thing it says is to cut away the loose material. I have no idea where the loose material is going to end. I'm going to try and cut this stuff away and see where it goes from there. The idea is to cut away the loose material, and then there's some replacement fabric here that gets put in, tucked under with the included spatula, and then we start applying this liquid vinyl, I suppose. Sucks being a lefty when it comes to scissors. Okay. And we have this piece of material here, which I have no idea if it's even anywhere near big enough. Maybe. What the hell is this? This is a friggin' glove. This isn't material. Come on. Okay. I gotta find something to patch in there. What's the worst that could happen, right? So I got my material in there now. I'm gonna apply it direct and start brushing, apparently from the outside towards the center. Use the spatula for larger areas. And I would describe this as a larger area. So, my first coat. I do not think this is going to end well at all. Right? And I'm normally fairly optimistic about this stuff. I'll let that sit. Think about what it's done, and then I'll come back to it in a little while. So I successfully have 3 layers built up in there now. I'm about to just do a 4th little layer application. That's going pretty thick, actually. I didn't think it had to be so thick, but the nice thing is that it really doesn't drip or run anywhere. It becomes solid pretty fast. Put that in there. Grab my custom spatula. I'm starting to get my elevation now so that it's almost built up to the same height. Turn my heater back on, turn my fan back on, give it another couple hours, and then we'll see if we'll see how many more coats we need. So a day has gone by and I have 3 more coats on. I now have a total of 7 coats on this. So the elevation is now where I want it to be. I think what I need to do now is, once this dries, get some rubbing alcohol and blend this in, because it is going to stand out otherwise. So I want to blend the color in here a little bit, and then you should be good to go. I mean, it's going to certainly be strong because this stuff turns solid pretty fast. Again, not an instructional video. Oh, there, it's kind of dulling it. Huh. You know what? I'm not sure what it looks like from that far away. From this far away, not so good. But better than it was, for sure. Huh, that looks terrible. That's terrible. Well, it's the holiday season. The driver's seat's back in. It is a reasonably calm morning on the Kauai. It is now 8:30 a.m. Still a little dark out there. Today's the day. I'm gonna go through the list, get all my photos together, and get it sent off to ICBC. Try and get the plates on. So let's go through the list, we'll take the photos, and we'll see what we come up. So apparently what you need in order to do this online application is your broker's number, which is a 5-digit number, and broker's address, and a bunch of photos. So I've got all that together now. It's time to give it a go. Application submitted. So we'll just sit eagerly by the computer until we get a response. Or I can go start slapping some parts on it. All right. Now that all the photos are taken, it's time to throw the light bar on, get the seat cover on the passenger side, maybe throw a winch on it. What they don't know won't hurt them. Again, as long as they don't have YouTube. And as long as they cannot find this obscure video. We're now installing the mods. Like it should make a difference to them, right? Uh-huh.
But no, there's probably enough in here.
For fuck's sakes. That was for safety. I don't know what the fuck. I messed up my loom cable. That's fine. Red to red with crimps.
In theory, should.
Theory. Nice, nice.
You know that. Pushini. Pushini. Like that.
Holding. Right. And repeat on the black. Oh, get a little fire going. Yes. On?
No. High beams are off. The high beam's on. There you go.
Well, gang, I think that brings an end to chapter 15. We got her on the road, got our application in, and we started with a couple of mods. And I guess, really, that brings an end to Project Wrangler. We did everything that we started out hoping to accomplish. It took 4 months. The overall cost came in under $3,300. And really the only thing left to do now is just update once ICBC comes back. I'm sure it's not going to be unconditional acceptance. I generally do not get that in my life, but we'll see what they say, and I'll update you then. I want to thank my brother Curtis for all the assistance along the way. I want to thank my wife Wendy for sure, because she was patient enough to continue doing things while I sat out here for hours on end, making videos and puttering. And thank you guys and gals for watching and for your comments. I've really enjoyed the process. I've learned a lot along the way, and I want to wish everyone a incredibly Merry Christmas, holiday season, and a Happy New Year. Be safe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again on the grand final chapter. Let's get back to shooting. GoPro, stop recording.